Let's kick it off with this big news that we've just seen out of Qatar, and the Sovereign Wealth Fund here deploying $1 billion into a fund of funds style arrangement, looking for opportunities around the region. In your advice, where should they be targeting?
For one, I should say congratulations to Qatar. I think fund of funds from the Sovereign Wealth Fund in Qatar is the way to go. I think seeding funds that want to invest across the region and in Qatar, because you need to think of the region as a whole for size, for market. This is a great news for all startups, for all funds. So you will see a lot of people coming and spending time here and building the ecosystem. This is a very nascent ecosystem. So, and I've always been saying that sovereign wealth funds are the ones that are going to be the market makers, the people that encourage others to come and tag along. So I think you will see also family offices in Qatar more encouraged to think that the startup tech ecosystem is an investable asset class, because they will tag along and feel confident that since the state is investing, then maybe we need to do that also. So this is an ecosystem creator in my view, and $1 billion is a substantial amount of money.
So Fadi, characterize the investment environment in the Middle East for me right now. Wall Street loves tech, that's pretty obvious, but what trends, what deal-making activity are we seeing in the region right now, and what excites you the most?
So look, what's most exciting in my view is that there is a final realization that tech and the digital landscape is the future. And so you are seeing, specifically between Dubai, UAE, I should say, Saudi Arabia, and now Qatar, they're believing, and the state and the sovereign wealth funds are backing, either investing directly or seeding funds, and seeing that the future of job creation in the region is going to be tech. And so you're going to have to invest in tech. And if the 21st century economy is what you want to build, then this is what you're going to do. And the state cannot be out of this. The ecosystem here was built by the private sector, people like me. But we can barely make a dent. We did maybe very early on, but if you want to talk, size, something that moves the needle, then you needed the sovereigns, and all the sovereigns are going into it, all of them. And now Qatar is the latest, and that's good news for all of us.
Does conflict and regional instability have an impact on deal-making activity?
Sure. I mean, look, it's a bit far away. Gaza is there, but Gaza is on our minds all the time. We are sons and daughters of the region. Even if we are not from the region, but we live in the region, we feel with the people of Gaza. So you get a certain type of, you become low, meaning, your psychology. And so Gaza matters, yes. But is it going to be a big difference? Maybe not, but we need to take the humanistic side of things also. It's not only about money at the end of the day, if you want my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a fair point. And Fadi, okay, so speaking of money though,
yes,
what excites you right now? Where are you putting your money to work? I know you've built a huge portfolio. We're talking about Aramex, of course, but beyond that, Kareem, Tabby, plenty of other businesses that you've had your hand in. What's next?
We're early stage investors. We have an evergreen fund, so we continuously invest. We like companies at seed stage, so we're seeing lots of fintech, we're seeing lots of software as a service companies coming out in the region. We're seeing lots of second-time entrepreneurs coming out in the region. So the ecosystem is maturing, and investments are down a bit because of the global slowdown in the ability for some of the tech companies to go public, and valuations have changed. So it affects us also. But it's still very exciting, and now with $1 billion from Qatar, you're going to see that fuel the startup ecosystem in the region for sure, not only in Qatar, but everywhere else in the three big markets.
So I think if you're in this ecosystem, if you're in this community, particularly in the Middle East, everyone wants to know, what is Fadi Ghandour's next big exit?
I am most excited about our investment in Insider in Turkey. It's a software as a service company. It is run by a fantastic female entrepreneur, Hande. It's already $1 billion company, and most important, since now we are in Doha, QIA is one of its biggest investors, which they did a couple of years ago, and she is looking maybe to go public sometime next year. But it's a brilliant company, and we're so excited about it. So here, Qatar news, Turkey news, regional news, unicorns. That's the future, I hope, of many companies here.